Well, next tonight, as Guernsey reached its recycling limit. The island is often said to be leading the way when it comes to dealing with waste, with more than 2/3 of rubbish sent for recycling, well ahead of Jersey's figures. But those recycling rates seem to have stalled in recent years, as Josh Day's been finding out.
Guernsey's recycling record is anything but rubbish. We used to be on par with the UK, but it all changed when curbside collections arrived in 2014 and islanders have really embraced it.
Works really well. A little bit of uncertainty into what you can put in each bag.
South Africa doesn't have the same tight rules, but it was fantastic to see that everybody cares so much for the environment.
I think it's excellent. We live in St Saviour, so not that makes any difference, and we find it excellent.
Now in Guernsey we're well trained to separate our food waste, glasses, our cardboard, our plastic and our general waste. But the stickers we put on our black waste bags, they say that we can recycle around 75% of our waste, but we're only on 68%. So what happens to that remaining 7%?
One theory is that some of our waste isn't clean enough to be recycled.
The problem now is people tend to get a little bit complacent with their recycling, and it's really important that people still care enough to keep their recyclers as clean as possible. So that means with your plastic tubs and trays, giving them a little rinse, taking the film lid off of the plastic tubs and trays. The cleaner the material gets put into the bags, the more we can recycle the other end.
Others say businesses need to take more responsibility for the amount they throw away.
Commercial recycling figures are actually lower than domestic recycling. There's no reason why they shouldn't be increased. It's just a question of making sure the facilities are available and making it easier for companies to recycle.
What we've got to be careful of is looking at that value for money and the cost of recycling it, the cost of exporting it, but also making sure it's a genuine recycling opportunity. But I think to keep banging the waste prevention drum, sofas, do we need to be throwing it away? The TV, does it work? Do we just want one that's slightly bigger? Could we keep it? Could we find a new home for it? And so I think that's always going to be our primary message.
Guernsey's waste system is something the island is proud of, but that doesn't mean the work stops there. Efforts are still underway to make sure as little as possible ends up in the dump. Josh Day, BBC Channel Islands News, Guernsey.
I don't know if you noticed there, for someone working recycling, I think Faye's second name is perfect.